Well, Angela Fobbs joins me now from Mainz in Germany to discuss the clash between the pro and anti-ICE protesters in Minneapolis. This is quickly, becoming an issue in the U.S., particularly in Minneapolis. Now, Angela Fobbs, sorry, and thank you so much for joining us now. What are the implications of the Trump administration's immigration enforcement tactics on global human rights and diplomatic relations?
Well, these tactics undermine human rights norms, especially due process and asylum protections. They strain our relations with allies and partners who see the U.S. as abandoning its moral leadership. And in the long term, they weaken the credibility of human rights abroad. So, yeah, they also damage a lot of the goodwill that we've built up over the years with our allies.
Now, how does the deployment of federal agents to Minneapolis reflect the administration's approach to domestic security and law enforcement, and what are the potential consequences of this?
Well, I've heard many people call ICE the Gestapo, but they're actually more like slave catchers. They are a highly centralized force going around threatening immigrants, threatening American citizens, and basically threatening anyone that they don't like. Deploying all these federal agents over the objections of local officials basically erodes any trust in law enforcement that people might have. And the consequences are probably going to be more conflict, less cooperation, and of course, reduced public safety, all because of ICE.
And finally, before I let you go, I know you're concerned about those who are against the protest, but how can the state government push back on this? Now, a federal judge, we know, had prevented ICE agents from being deployed to Minneapolis, but we hear about 1,500 ICE agents are in standby or on standby.
Well, of course, the states can get more court orders. They can limit their cooperation. They can require more transparency between federal agencies. And they can challenge the deployments, of course. But the main way that I think that would be helpful is if Donald Trump and his regime relent and stop harassing people in our streets. I mean, they already just murdered a woman in cold blood. And I think they actually shot another person in Minneapolis, but the person wasn't killed. If this doesn't stop soon, it's difficult to say what the United States will turn into.
Right, we have that particular report with regards to second shooting in Minneapolis. Thank you so much for the time, Director Strategic Initiatives, Democrats Abroad, Angela Fobbs, for joining us on Arise America today. That's all for this edition of Arise America from me, Olije Wapara, and the entire team here in Nigeria and the U.S. Goodbye. Thank you.
From coast to coast, every culture, every angle. This is Arise America.